Andrekova, the number 2 seeds, Annika Cooper and Myrta Mollenveld. Cooper Mollenveld won the first set 6-3, and they are up 4-2 in the second set. And I am joined here by Mark Fischel.
Well, Jerry, it's been an exciting day of paddle already, and I'm looking forward to some more great paddle as the evening unfolds.
Yes, following this match, we will be showing the men's quarterfinals. So,
I believe this is break
Myrta
point.
Mollenveld serving.
I think it's 4-2, 30-40, Jerry.
Big point here for Annika and Andrekova, and a huge cut
Annika,
overhead
Andrekova,
that jumped off the paddle.
They trail
so
the second set, 4 games to 3. Mollenveld and Cooper won the first set, 6 games to 3.
That's Laurie Hissey up in the chair.
Jerry, we got to talk a little bit about that last match with Drew Broderick and Jared Palmer. I would say that game that Palmer served, the last game of the match, was one of the best games. No, it was the single best game I've ever seen somebody serve. I think they saved 5 or 6 match points that game. Palmer didn't fault once the entire game, just kept stepping up there and throwing the serve in. Just remarkable.
Yeah, it was. We were holding our breath. I mean, how many match points?
I think it was the 7th one they closed on. And it's good news for Max Lipavere, because I think we would have read about a suicide by a gunshot if they had won that match.
There would have been a lot of French words said.
Okay, so just to introduce our players, this is Roxy Anika serving. Her partner Martina Andrekova is in the blue at the net. And that's Myrta Mollenveld in the black, and her partner Annika Cooper. Oh, it's a great blitz from Mollenveld.
Love.
But I just missed it long. Four really dynamic players, Jerry.
Got some national champions there too. Andrekova won in 2016 with Gabby Nicolescu.
30, love.
And Cooper won in 2017.
2017 with Floor Harnish. So they know the feeling. They know what it takes to win a national championship, because it is a
30-15.
Dynamic at nationals. You see, Anika just missed a sidearm, underarm serve there. She's been going back and forth.
And Anika is just such a super talented player.
30 all.
It's always a function of whether she's going to get outside herself and try and do too much. So just to confirm the score, it's 3-4, 30 all second set with Anika serving. They lost the first set 6-3.
Roxy Anika is the director of rackets at the Orienta Beach Club. And her partner, Martina Andrekova, is at the Greenwich Country Club.
The job that Roxy Anika used to have. These women all are close, play together frequently, know each other well.
40-30.
Andrekova's got that hard, flat overhead.
Yeah, she likes to line up the nick.
But you can see Anika's kind of rushing that ball, not taking her time. There's Cooper. She's one of the best blitzers in the game.
Mollenveld in the deuce down the far end. She's a heavy ball. She takes that ball early and really drills it. She's picking her spots well. And that's what you want to keep away from. Cooper loves to swoop on any down-up overheads with her two-handed backhand off the deck.
And it is a terrific shot.
There it is.
volley
Nice
from Monika.
grab.
Game, set, and match. Honor Sabori.
Sounds like Connor Sabori won the next court, Jerry.
6-2.
Yes, so they're through to the semi-finals.
Advantage. Moldavelt
Just
Cooper.
a reminder, we'll be back live streaming tomorrow morning at 11:30 with the women's semi-finals.
Is that going to be right after the men's?
Finals,
Is that right after the men's quarterfinals tonight, Jerry, at 9:30?
Yes.
It'll go
Yes.
straight through.
Yep.
We'll go straight through the night.
Yep, they're going to back up here, but tomorrow we start at 11:30 start. Women's semis, followed by the men's semis, women's final and men's final. So another big day of paddle.
There's that great roller from Monika.
Ball was
Missed
out.
that wide.
Ball was out.
Just got the score update.
Game,
Harnish and
Molenveld
Sabori.
Cooper.
And they'll serve for the match at 5-3.
5 games to 3 in the second set.
Harnish Sabori won their match 6-love, 6-2.
Love.
Women's quarters have all been kind of runaways so far, Jerry.
Yeah,
This-
it's quicker kind of points. I think, maybe the function of the weather.
30.
This was clearly the most
love.
competitive. You thought this was going to be a very competitive match. That quickly takes us to triple match point. Cooper staying back, taking the net of the next ball, really smart. It's such an odd year in paddle, Jerry. So few women and men. Nobody's really played very much this year.
Yeah, it's been a broken up season for sure, and a lot of the teams, from the Midwest,
Ball was
haven't
in.
seen anyone from the
Jerry?
East Coast.
That call is overruled.
Game, set, and match.
Cooper Molenveld.
To Moldavelt and Cooper, they win 6-3.
6-3, 6-3.
Very
Jerry,
good.
that was a really fun match doing with you. I really enjoyed
Yeah,
that.
that was good. We had a lot of critiquing here. So
I'm really tired. I think we need a break after this.
Cooper Molenveld are into the semi-finals, and we've got the number 1 and the number 2 seeds are through, and
And I would say
additions-
the number 1A seed with an asterisk is just about through too, because Cruz Nicolescu are clearly
win,
one of the
ladies.
favorites to win this thing.
Very strong.
Yes, we have been able to stream their match, and they truly they're continuing on the path that we've seen them win the last 2 tournaments. They're very dialed in, very aggressive playing. But Mark, let's talk about our upcoming matches for the men's that we will
I'm
be.
tired after that match, but I think I can manage to stay in the air for a couple more minutes.
You can muster up.
Yeah, a
so
couple
we
more
can,
minutes of
give our
energy.
viewers what they can be looking forward to.
Yep.
Thanks, guys.
So from the top, we've got Durant Mitchell.
Service
What do you
with
think
a
about that
smile.
quarter?
They played Anderson Bostrom in Darien in a pretty competitive
Good.
match, 3-3. A couple mistakes from Bostrom.
That's a heavy ladder.
But I
to
think
maneuver
Bostrom and Anderson are
around.
going to push them. I don't expect that to be a walkover. They obviously had a tough match in the 16s with Korda Koenig, who are one of the really young up-and-coming teams. They're fun to watch. I saw them play Hughes Powers 7-6 in the third at Long Island, and just a tremendous match. So I'm not surprised that was a competitive match. So I think that's going to be a lot of fun, that match. One of the things that Brad Easterbrook was talking about earlier was that Johan is so dynamic, nobody wants to push him, everybody wants to slow it down.
Right, right. Fraser Morgan, Araya Parsons.
Yeah, this is Fraser Morgan's first time in the quarterfinals at Nationals. We'll see. They didn't have a tough path getting here. Araya Parsons, one of my pre-tournament favorites. I got to like Araya Parsons in that match.
And we've got Boris Shadoruk, Kayla Rams.
Yeah, that's just going to be a war. Kayla Rams have played so well. A lot of people's dark horse to get deep into the tournament. That's going to be a really competitive match. I mean, I give the slightest of edges to Boris Shadoruk. Haven't seen Mick Erdoya playing for a while. He did not play either of the March events.
Right.
So we'll see how sharp he is. I mean, we saw today with Marcelo Redesno, just when you don't play. I mean, a friend of mine used to say, who's playing well? The ones who are playing the most.
Right. And then will be interesting to see how Leprever-Pasenko bounce back from that. Is a big win. That is a big win mentally as well for them. And they're going to meet Hughes and Powers, who have come on quite strong the later part of the season.
Beat Hughes and Powers early in the year at Atlantic. That was their big win. That kind of was their breakthrough event when Leprever-Pasenko won it. Got to be a little worried about fitness. I mean, gosh, that was a 3-hour match. Just kind of concerned about that. If Leprever-Pasenko were fresh, I would say that's a toss-up match. But with how much effort they had to put into that last win, you have to like Hughes Powers.
All right, so we're going to take a break. We will be back at 7 o'clock with the men's quarterfinals. So please join us. And remember, tomorrow we kick off at 11:30 with the women's semifinals, followed by the men's semifinals, women's final, men's final. So a full dance card tomorrow. Always a pleasure, Mark, even though it was brief.
Jerry, this does not count as our match together. We have to find another match to do together this weekend.
Okay. All right. That's a wrap.